You're listening to the Cpass Foundation podcast, featuring students with interest in STEM education. Welcome to episode 3, Procrastination. Every year brings a new group of scholars, new experiences, and unforgettable memories. Today, we're talking with this year's Cpass scholars about procrastination and how to combat it. Let's go around the room and introduce ourselves. Hello, my name is Ladaria. I'm a rising senior at Percy Julian High School. And did you know that there are poems that use words to form images?
Hello, my name is Andrea, a rising junior at Hancock College Prep and an aspiring architect. Did you know that architecture was briefly considered an Olympic sport?
Hi, I'm Londell. I'm a rising senior at Thornridge High School. And did you know? The American Football House, known for its appearance on the album cover for American Football's LP1, is located on the University of Illinois campus.
Today we have a special guest, introducing residential coordinator and humanities teaching assistant Charlize.
Hi, thanks scholars. I'm excited to be here with you guys today, and my fun fact is I love going to music festivals.
Procrastination is defined by the act of delaying tasks, which is often driven by emotional avoidance, fear of failure, and poor self-regulation rather than mere laziness. I do believe that poor self-regulation can come from mere laziness, but neither are solid character traits. They both can be improved on. And with that, where do you guys believe that the line between simply pacing yourself and procrastination is drawn? Personally, I believe that when you try to pace yourself when you don't really need a break is when procrastination starts to bloom. Because when you're taking breaks when you haven't really exerted energy, what is the break for? Now you're just delaying tasks.
Honestly, I think pacing yourself and procrastination is like, the difference is like the intent. Like with pacing yourself, like you plan on doing it and you're actively doing it. You're just doing it in a way that's like palatable for you. But when it comes to procrastination, it's more like you haven't started it, and it's like you're fawning. It's like you're what's the word for it? I don't want to say LARPing, but it's like you're LARPing, pacing yourself.
I think when it comes to pacing yourself and procrastination drawn, I agree with Londale's point where it is more of before you start the assignment, you are procrastinating to bring yourself to it. But then when you start pacing yourself and you finally began the assignment, say if you're using the Pomodoro method, the procrastination when you're taking a 5-minute break really can creep in if you lack the commitment at that moment, and maybe you're not in the right headspace too because you haven't fulfilled another need of yours. So then the procrastination draws out and interrupts the pacing.
Yeah, I also feel like it's okay to take breaks sometimes, especially if you've been working hard and doing a lot. But you just have to make sure that that break isn't turning into something that's hours long. And sometimes that happens to me personally, where I tell myself I'm gonna take like a 5-minute break, and then I just let time pass, and then it's like an hour has passed and I still haven't gotten anything done.
I also wanted to know if you guys believe that pacing yourself can lead to procrastination. Let's say you do build the motivation to start working on something, and then you're already working on it, but then you pause and take a break.
I like that question. I think that does happen to me a lot, where I'm forcing myself, okay, 10 minutes, I'll work, 5 minutes, I'll take a break. But sometimes I take a pause and I was like, wait, like, do I really feel the concentration flowing right now? That sounds like a silly way to put it, but that's how I genuinely feel. And sometimes I stop taking a break. I don't take the break because when it comes to pacing myself, I guess it's more of an internal thing of how I prepare the day before on completing the task that I need to achieve in that moment. If I feel like I ate a good lunch, I was able to get my steps in, I don't have any other needs that have to be satisfied, and I feel the concentration flowing, I'm going to keep a longer pace of finishing that assignment, for an example, rather than taking that break in that moment. And then when I feel myself being like, I'm just like looking at the screen, then I'll take a break and stop the pace. But hopefully that doesn't lead to procrastination. Hopefully. That's why I study with friends. But what do you guys think?
I think it can because it's like motivation is not linear. Like you said, what happened the past day can kind of lead you to lose focus the next day. Like if you're doing a task that can be done over multiple days, you can slip up for one day and that'll just ruin your motivation for like everything. Like let's say cleaning your room. If a room is messy but it's not like dirty, like it's not you're not in dire need to clean it right now, you're probably not going to want to organize it because there's no sense of like urgency, I want to say. Like me, when my room is messy, like I get the motivation to clean it when I'm trying to do homework. Because if I look in the room, I'm trying to focus on homework, but I just see like stuffed animals sprayed everywhere. I'm not gonna want to do the homework. But then that sense of urgency comes in, and then I want to clean it. But if there's less of a sense of urgency, pacing yourself can lead to procrastination because then you just want to do it less because it's not very important in quotation marks.
Mm-hmm. Have you guys heard of the Eisenhower matrix?
What's that?
No.
No.
That is the matrix used. So it's like, imagine like a 2x2 graph, and it goes on like what is the most urgent and the most important versus the least urgent and least least importance of your task. And I think that's funny that you just brought up how you were like, yeah, like if it's not that important and like not that urgent, like I'm not really gonna, you're gonna procrastinate about it more. But I think, I don't know, I don't want to get ahead of myself with all the questions, but using the Eisenhower matrix, and I know it was brought up during our first community meetings actually about one of our LRCs. That's how I combat procrastination, because I need to have that kind of order, because I feel like if I organize myself, then I procrastinate even more. And it's almost like a deer in headlights of, oh my goodness, my list is so long.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real.
But using that Eisenhower matrix of like what is the most urgent and most important, and then breaking it off into, most urgent, least important, and then, going through all the other squares, I feel like it makes it a bit more digestible.
Yeah, I definitely do that with schoolwork.
Yeah.
Especially when I was taking the city colleges of Chicago with AP classes with Cpass, I had to figure out what was due first.
Yeah, I totally
and what
get
would
that.
take the longest to do. That was important. That was really important. Because I only had like 3 hours at the library, so I had to hurry.
What about you guys, Andrea, Londale? What do y'all think?
I would also say, like, for me, when I have a lot of tasks and they're like starting to build up in each other, I kind of get overwhelmed. Like, it's similar to what you guys were saying. Like, you have so much to do, but you don't know where to start. And I feel like that's like also what affects me the most. Because, like, I know I have to do these things, but it's just like, okay, when do I start them? And how do I start them? And then I just, like, I don't do them. And then I just get anxious about the fact that I'm not doing them. And that's also, I feel like that has also helped me to not procrastinate. Because if I feel that I'm starting to get anxious over something that I know I could do, but I don't want to do, I just do it so I can have, like, peace of mind.
Yeah.
When it comes to me and I have, like, a bunch of stuff to do, it's never really been that bad, but I remember I think like end of junior year, and I had like just a ton of stuff to do, and I did like a little bit of it, and then I ended up just like not finishing like the entire thing, and it kind of screwed me over. So I think like whenever I have like a long list of stuff to do, working at it day by day, which usually I'd be opposed to because my parents told me that's what I should be doing, and I just ended up doing it anyway. But like, yeah, just working at it day by day, little by little, will like usually get you to your end goal as long as you work fast enough.
Yeah, that's what I call the concept of eating your pancakes every day.
What concept is that?
So I think I saw it off of TikTok. It was a med student talking about you have to eat your pancakes every day. You have 5 pancakes you have to eat every single day. And if you think about it, okay, you have to eat your 5 pancakes because you need energy to study, you need food. But pancakes is typically something that you enjoy. But if you don't eat your 5 pancakes every single day, then you're going to have 10 pancakes. And then those pancakes aren't going to be something you enjoy, but you still need to eat your pancakes or else you're not going to have any food. So it's more of like, I say that saying in my head a lot of like, okay, I just got to do these 5 pancakes to help fight that procrastination, because I'm not going to want to do every single thing I do in a day, but I have to because life keeps moving. So I don't know. I guess that's something that helps me, just eating my 5 pancakes a day.
Great analogy. And I also wanted to ask, what was the worst way procrastination has affected you? Londale, you kind of answered that already, but
I mean, I got more.
right?
Worst way procrastination has affected me. Aside of a couple months ago, I think this isn't okay. This isn't going to be necessarily school related, but it's still like affected me. Okay, so I have this thing. I make music online, which you guys are never going to hear. Hopefully,
Why?
if things go to plan.
Wouldn't
But
you
I
want
make
them
music
to know?
online, and I'm in this community, and we have conventions every year where about 40, 30, 50 different people or so turn in like videos, and it's like 10-minute, 15-minute sets, and your video is supposed to basically just represent what you've done in the past year or so, and get new people to like come and check your stuff out. In one year, I was like, okay, my birthday is around the end of finals, right? My birthday is literally like the exact day that school ends. So I was prepping for finals. I got finals done. They were okay. I can't go too much into that. And then it was my birthday. And once I set up for my birthday, I was so tired, and I hadn't prepped like throughout the year, which is usually what I usually do for my sets. I prep throughout the year. I'll make little videos and compile them. I didn't end up doing that, and like I missed it. And then low-key everybody forgot about me, and I was literally just able to like make a set this year right before Cpass, because I knew Cpass is coming up, birthday is coming up, finals are coming up, and I'm not gonna have enough time. So I did it like I think like February ish, and I finished it, and then I saw like a boost of interaction with my channel, and now more people check out my stuff. So that's probably the worst way, is that I just missed out on like a couple of opportunities, like music wise, and yes, that's basically it.
For me, I had to AP Lang last year, and we had this midterm where we had to analyze a speech and write a rhetorical analysis while also making your own argument. I thought since I like writing regardless, like I would be able to just cram it. So it was the weekend. It was due at like Sunday 12 a.m. and it was Saturday. It was like 11 p.m. and I was writing it, and then I realized like I probably should have annotated the speech because it was a lot. She gave it to us on paper, but I was reading it online because I was like, oh, I could just do it really fast. Could not do it really fast. I did my writing. I thought I did pretty good, but I looked at the grade book. I got a 3.5, and since it was a midterm, like it was a quiz, my grade went down to like an 82. I was like 1 point away from a C. I was at a very low B, and I never procrastinated on like actual quiz again. Did not do that. Not in AP Lang anyway. Not taking that chance. Like for the final, no, I actually annotated what she wanted us to annotate. Still got a not a 3.5. It was like a 3.75. My grade did not go down. That's for sure.
I would say for me, okay, mine's kind of a funny story. So, and it's very similar. Oh, it's very related to Cpass. So, and I think it was like late May, where we got an email telling us the stuff we had to do before coming to before coming to Cpass. And the email said to do like a podcast for Cpass, like an analysis or something, like an essay for it. Where you have to pick a podcast episode and like, yeah, just write an essay about it. And then update your college navigation portfolio. For some reason in my mind, I thought it said due July 4th, because that's when we come into Cpass. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I have 2 months to do it. Like, I have time. So I didn't really, like, check up on it. And then, when was this? I would say, like, I think, like, a week before orientation, which was, like, June 14th. So it wasn't, like, that
Yeah.
bad. Or, like, a couple of days before orientation. No, I think, like a week before.
Yeah.
I got an email saying, oh, your assignment is overdue. Like... your assignment is overdue. It's supposed to be turned in, I think, June 1st, around there. And that they had extended it to that Friday.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, like, okay, I have to do it. And then I was going to work on it the next day, but then a storm hit, and my Wi-Fi was completely, like, it did not work at all. And so I didn't have Wi-Fi until the Friday before orientation. And so that whole day I just like crammed college navigation portfolio and essay, and I managed to get it done in time still. So
But it's like a pretty long portfolio that you guys have to
Yeah.
complete.
Yeah, definitely.
Woof.
so I don't really think it was that much my fault. I think it was just like a couple mix-ups.
I think there's some
Well,
accountability.
it was already overdue,
Guy.
But,
Okay, but
mine
in my
was
defense,
overdue
I
as
thought it was
well.
July 4th. Like I read July 4th.
I did not.
If I knew it was done, like it was supposed to be turned in like that day, I would have done it in time. I didn't know.
So do you think if you wrote down in your notebook, this is when it was due, do you think you would have caught it was actually due in June versus July?
Maybe.
Rather than just skimming it. It's okay. I've done that plenty. I still do that plenty of times. So I get it, Andrea. The worst way procrastination has affected me. I'm thinking about it now in Cpass. I was supposed to apply for this job last summer. And last summer I was jobless. And it ended up working out because I was able to fulfill my cup with my family a lot and support them. But I genuinely was supposed to apply for this position last summer. And I keep thinking to myself, now that I'm in the position now, I'm like, dang, I really wish I was with these kids longer, because with the scholars here longer, because I really do love making an impact and getting to know you guys and mentoring you all on your high school and your college journey, because I am also a product of Cpass. And I absolutely adored and admired the RCs that I had in my life, because they were very helpful to me as a first generation student navigating college, because I didn't have that support anywhere else. And I feel like that procrastination, I should have just texted Miss Tracy or something. I should have just applied sooner. So I think about that now, that Cpass is wrapping up, where this could have been my second summer with you guys. And I could have seen you guys grow more, but I'm very happy of the time that we spent now together. But do I wish that I just applied last year and I wasn't just, it'll be okay, I got it. Yeah, that's how I would say procrastination affected me a lot, because I love spending time with you guys. You guys are great scholars,
So sweet.
and you guys have such bright futures. So that's what I've been thinking about. I should have applied.
I also wanted to know if you guys have corrected the behavior that led you to procrastinate.
I feel like, okay, the scenario I gave you guys last time, or that situation, that's like really rare for me. Like normally I'm on top of all my work. Like I turn in all my work. Like I didn't get an email. My parents didn't get an email last night because I turned in my work. And so that was like, I feel like I'm pretty like, academically, yeah, I don't really procrastinate like that. But like if we're talking about like cleaning my room, that's something I need to work in a lot. But yeah, I think there's good and bad places in my life where I don't and do procrastinate.
Yeah, I get that. I think growth is never linear. And especially with procrastination and being on top of things, I think it goes up and down for me. But a way that I feel like I've corrected it is giving myself more grace, where it's like, it's okay, I could restart. This was just a bad day, a bad hour, a bad week, but I still have my bearings and I could restart again, and I know where I want to be. So I feel like that's how I've tried to correct my procrastination. And I've obviously corrected my procrastination that I applied for this job and got it. Hey. So yeah, just knowing that life is going to go up and down has helped me a lot with my procrastination to keep me accountable.
Yeah, I feel like for the midterm specifically, like my emotional disconnect from it is what made me like procrastinate on it, because like, oh, I can just do it really fast, like it wasn't a midterm. And I definitely like, for that area of procrastination in particular, the emotional disconnect for big assignments, gone. Like, I always really considered finals and midterms now, especially since I'm taking, like, advanced and AP classes. So I feel like with that area of procrastination, I fixed it because seeing that 82 and then that was on my final progress report too. Yeah, nah, I'm good on that actually. So I say procrastination for large assignments. I don't really have that anymore.
I sound like a bum. No, I haven't. I haven't had the opportunity yet to fix my behavior, like academically and I guess in real life too. My lowest grade this year, I think, was like a 79, and it was like from procrastination and because I was tired and like I did not know that junior year was gonna be that bad. If I did, I definitely would not have taken 4 APs. I probably would have took like 3 or something, and I definitely would not have made the APs, AP Chemistry, AP Pre-Calc, because those are some of like the hardest classes I've ever taken in my entire life. But like I think it was just like a bad 6 weeks. 6 weeks, 6 months for me, to be honest. Because after pulling like all-nighters for like the first semester of junior year, I just kind of tuned out from school. So not yet, but I know like I have a plan for senior year. I'm gonna be applying this to scholarships. I'm gonna be applying to schools, and like I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the challenge this time.
I think it's like interesting that you mentioned that because I put myself in the exact same position that you put yourself in, and I'm really scared because I also like enrolled myself in 4 APs, and like I've taken AP classes before, but never that amount at the same time, and so I'm like scared that I'm just like gonna like not be able to handle the workload.
I think that's a good stress. I think there's always good and negative stress. Not to, go from procrastination, but it's more of you guys are challenging yourselves more in ways that are uncharted, but it's helping you grow into what kind of future student you want to be in the college career path that you want to see yourself succeed in and grow in. So take it day by day. Like I said, you could always restart. Especially I was not too long ago in your guys' spots taking also 4 APs and honors classes. You're going to look back and be like, yeah, I got it. You just have to make it digestible for yourself. I think right now where you guys are in your lives, you guys are maybe, again, tell me if I'm wrong, you guys are maybe doing a lot what your other friends are doing because you see it works for them and you're going with the crowd and whatnot. This is the time to do what works best for you, because when you guys, reach your college journey, you're going to see it's a lot of independent living, and to holding yourself accountable, you need to have that self-determination and self-discipline for yourself. So take it day by day, piece by piece. You could break it down to one little block and you will be able to build up. That sounds so corny, but I'm so serious. That's truly what it is. So yeah, you're learning. Give yourself some grace.
Well, I also wanted to know, that was a great speech, like, oh my god, great speech. But what makes it so easy for some people to put off tasks even if they're important, such as a midterm? Well, I'd say, like I was saying earlier, that it's easy to put off a task if you just don't think about it. Like, if you emotionally just distance yourself away from it, the importance of it kind of fades and you don't consider it. Because even if a task is important, as long as I do not believe that it is important, that it's not important to me. Like, I did not read the source that she wanted us to read, but I feel like if I had at least skimmed it, I would have understood that it was a complex text, but I did not. So I feel like with the big tasks, if you just don't think about them, then it's easier to put off because you're not considering the weight of it.
I would say for me, it's definitely, I feel like technology is a big thing. Sometimes if you just like, if you're people spend a lot of time on their phone. So for me, for example, I scroll a lot on TikTok, and so if I'm just like, oh, like it's fine, like I need this break, then I'm gonna feel more tempted to like keep scrolling on TikTok and not want to do my task, and And not just that, I also feel like I'm not even that much of a doom scroller. Like I also have like a lot of like activities like going on outside of school, and so maybe I might tend to prioritize things that aren't as important as school, and that would kind of get me off track. But yeah, that's for me personally.
I agree. What makes it easy to put off tasks even when they're super important? For me, I really involved myself in so many extracurriculars that I was so passionate about. And because I held those extracurriculars in such a high place in my life, and this is like even now in college, I could say extracurriculars for my sorority or my extra clubs or my work and whatnot, I placed it so high up, it made it easy for me to procrastinate about my academics when that's what I'm in college for. Yes, it's very good to have your community, but college, you're there for your academics. So I think that's what made it easy for me, because I was like, oh no, I have this meeting to go to and these people are relying on me and I have to make this amount of money for this week if I want to go out for my friend's birthday and whatnot. And that made it really easy for me to be like, okay, I could push this back to a later day, and I'll have the time. But truthfully, I never had the time. I should have been working on it every single day, little by little. And I actually I've repeated that behavior since high school. And it's caused me to be very avoidant and procrastinate a lot. And I had one of my favorite teachers in high school point me out about it. She pointed out, are you just using this because I know you're a good student? Am I just using my extracurriculars to be avoidant from my schoolwork because it started getting real and not as easy to just do and complete in an hour? And I think about that professor a lot. Teacher. Shout out Miss Johnson. She really knew what she was talking about. And I think about that now when I'm looking at my extracurriculars and my academics. When I think I want to put it off to the side, but I realize that I am going to be a successful person involving myself in my academics and a little bit in my extracurriculars, if that makes sense. Did you guys get that?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
How are you guys with your extracurriculars? Are you guys also avoidant with that, Londale?
Is it bad if I say I don't have any?
No, that's okay. But I was saying, like, what makes it easy for you to put off tasks? So, continuing from the question.
Oh, for me, I would say it's definitely, I think it's like, because I don't want to do it. I don't think any schoolwork I necessarily want to do, but I have to do it. And I know, like, whatever I need to put off, I put off, like, a bunch of hard stuff. Whatever they have me doing and it's, like, super challenging, I just don't want to, like, start it in the first place. I get, like, confused. I get, like, nervous about it. Like, what if I get a bad grade? And then I think I just, like, shoot myself in the foot, like, doing that. So, yeah, I think it's just, like, just being nervous that it's going to be, like, incorrect and I'll have to do a bunch of work all over again. I think it's just like that. Maybe a little bit of laziness, too, but, yeah.
It sounds a little crazy, but I've talked about a lot with my peers. That is like perfectionism mindset. You wouldn't think it is, where because you're not completing your work, but that perfectionism mindset is what's taking you away from completing your work and adding to your procrastination because you are so afraid of not wanting a bad grade. So then you don't turn it in because you know you want to do your best, but then you end up not completing it. Do you guys have you guys felt that way?
A little bit.
I never knew that was perfectionism.
Because, like, when I have writing assignments, I want to, like, revise it just forever and ever. Like, I never really want to turn it in unless I'm, like, done and over with it. Like, I could talk about my experience with driving like this. I sort of lied to myself because I live super far away from my school.
Mm-hmm.
So I did not want to take range, but that doesn't really explain why I didn't pick up my permit. Like, I was scared to start driving, so I was just looking for sort of excuses in a way. And I was like, oh, well, I'm taking all these advanced classes. I have to go home. I have to do my homework. I have to go to the library. I have to go to sleep on time. Like, I was formulating all these distractions, sort of like you were, just to avoid driving. Because I'm very scared of it. That's kind of why I didn't pick up my permit in the first place. I feel like picking up the permit, that's like the next step. That's like the key to driving. And I did not want to face that, which is why I never picked it up. So I was just looking for reasons, trying to trying to say as prioritizing my academics, but I was just nervous to begin with.
I get that. We're all human.
Yeah. I know Andrea was saying this earlier, but do you guys believe technology makes it easier to procrastinate?
100% yes.
Like-
exactly, yes.
Because, like, the short form gratification you get from being on your phone, it's just unmatched. I feel like, because you can be on your phone while you're doing another distraction, like watching TV. It's distracting you from the distraction.
Yeah. You guys already grew up with technology, and I know we're a part of the same generation, but at least technology was still being fairly new when I was growing up. And so I guess seeing the differences now is you guys may not know what it means to be bored as much as I know what it means to be bored, but same way as I don't know generations before me how their bored is like. And it makes it easier to procrastinate because to be bored, I guess you really had to just sit around and you had to really bring something together. But technology, if I want something done, I just have it right in my hand. So I'm not bored. So then I have it in my hand, and then I just doom scroll for X amount of time, and I'm like, oh, it's like midnight or I've fallen asleep.
Yeah. I'm the same way when it comes to that. I want to say that, like, especially during online school, like when like to me, when I have all of my assignments online, it's in one space. It's not like I have to dig through my book bag or go to my local library. It's kind of convenient, and I think it like motivates me to want to actually get my stuff done. Like, I think maybe I'm just lazy. Like I could, like, to me, I kind of sound a little bit lazy because everything's just sitting there in my face. I'm like the baby trying to put the square peg into the round hole. Like, if it's just in my face, then I'll go ahead and do it. Or if I know where it is, I know like exactly how to do it, I'll just go ahead and do it. Especially when it's like, even with on paper stuff. If everything I know, if all of my assignments are on paper, and I know that, like, okay, I'm not going to really be using my computer, not going to really be doing anything else to actually have to complete these assignments. Like, I'll think forward, like, to actually completing them. I'll just go ahead and do them. But when it's like something I don't necessarily know how to do, or something that's like, you need to be over here, you need to be doing this, and then you need to be doing that. Aside from the lab, because the lab is actually fun when they had you doing a bunch of tasks, like, I don't know, I just don't start on it. Maybe that's like, well, not don't start on it, but I won't finish it. Or I'll get sidetracked by something else that I'm doing. So, I mean, yeah, to a point, like, you know, having your phone or having your computer can, like, distract you. But, like, to me, I feel like it's an easier way of getting your stuff done. And at the most, like, I'll just split screen and I'll have a YouTube video open while I'm doing my work. And that's just, like, that's how it is for me.
Yeah, and I know I kind of talked about this earlier, but I would also like to add on, like, a lot of students, like me personally, I don't really like to use AI like that. But a lot of students, like, I see this, like, they think, like, if they have, like, a task to do, they'll put it off because they know they could just AI it later. Like, doing homework now doesn't take as much effort as it did before if you're using, like, AI to do it for you. And I'm not saying, like, I don't use AI, because I do use it sometimes, but I don't use it to, like, straight up, like, copy work. Like, you could use it as a tool sometimes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what I would do is, for this year, or my past school year, when I would have a math test coming up, I would, like, type in the topics and I would tell it, like, oh, make me a quiz and let me know if I get the answers wrong, and I would just, like, solve like that, because a lot of the times, like, you have to look a lot to find, like, practice questions online, or, like, oftentimes they make you, like, log in or, like, pay for it. So I feel like by doing that method, like, it's easier, and it's like you're still benefiting from it, and it's not just like you're still learning, you know. But I do feel like a lot of kids just they spend more time doing, like, on their phone, knowing that they could just, like, copy off work from someone else or from the computer with their homework.
Great. That was beautiful. I don't really have any follow-up questions to that. Have you grown from procrastination since you first arrived at Cpass?
Okay, I don't want to make it sound bad, but low key no. It's like school on steroids, and I don't get to go to sleep at the end of the day. Well, at the end of 3 o'clock. I will say that the busy schedule, low key, sometimes it'll be like, oh well, I know I gotta get up at 6 in the morning, so I might as well finish all my stuff now. Yippee! And then sometimes it's just like, I gotta get up at 6 in the morning. I have 15 assignments due. I'll do one, and then I'm gonna fall asleep in my dorm, and then wake up covered in slob, and then it'll be like 6:45. It's time to go, and it's like, I don't know. I feel like the schedule low key kind of makes it worse because my day doesn't necessarily, and you're always with somebody. Not that anybody here is bad or anything. You're always sitting next to somebody. You're always being supervised. You're always like, it's always stuff you need to do. It's always stuff you're going to do in the future. It's always stuff you have to turn in on Friday, which is just, I love turning all my stuff in on Friday, especially when it's Thursday right now. We're recording this. It's just like, I feel like to me, it's like stress inducing. It doesn't necessarily simulate like actual high school, because like the day ends at 3, and I get it's like I get it's like preparing us for college, but like I don't know, bro. I think the fact that you have like a little bit more autonomy, actually in college, like I don't know if it's just my parent, but like my mom will say, oh, no one's there to tell you what to do in college. It's all up to you. So you better set these habits now. And I'm not saying I disagree, but I think the fact that my report card will be going home to my mom, and then my teacher will put sat on the phone in class watching TikTok, I think that'll benefit me more than anything. Because now there's no one to show out for. There's no one to second for. Because it's really all up to me. And I feel like if the future is like in my hands, then I'm pretty sure I'll know what to do with it. But that's just me though.
I am so sorry to interrupt, Falandale. I feel like I really need to step in as a now college student, because that is developmentally where your mindset is. That is exactly where you need to be. Genuinely, that is not a bad thought you have at all, because that is the same exact thought I had, and so many other people have had. But to bring a different perspective into your thought, try to think of your parents and that report card and your teachers, them being a system of holding you accountable. Because even though you think, oh, if it's all just on my plate, I got it easy. No, because not only do you have your academics on your plate, oh my goodness, you have to walk to class, you have to get your groceries. Oh, you have to work with the dining hall system in order to eat on time, or else you're not gonna eat. You have to bathe yourself. Maybe you have an extracurricular. Even though you're taking less classes, how do you say? Like in high school, you have a day from like 8 to 3. But in college, yeah, you could maybe have a different day from like you have 2 classes on Tuesday and then like 3 classes or 4 classes on Wednesday. Those classes are so heavy with so much information. And I'm telling you right now, like, yes, I fear your mom is right. Your mom is right to where these are systems of accountability. And even though you think you will have it all together when it is all on your plate, it is more so going to hit you like a truck, for lack of better words. So that's why and Cpass does, when you go to college, I think you're going to understand this is how busy life gets. It is. You are with people. Yes, you will be able to schedule and organize another time, but I promise you right now is the time to get you used to it, because you're going to be college is going to push you to be uncomfortable in settings in order to push you to where you want to be, if that makes sense. And that's what Cpass is trying to do for you. So that uncomfort, that those quick changes in your schedule and the time blockings, I promise you it's not for nothing. And again, take it with a grain of salt, because where you are right now, that's completely fine. But when you're older, I guarantee it, you could text me, you could call me, be like, Charlize, you were right. And if I'm wrong, Then tell me that. Come find me and come tell me that. I would love to see you guys prove me wrong. But I'm so serious that that's how it's going to be. But I'm sorry. Continue. Ladaria, on how have you grown from your procrastination since you first arrived at Cpass?
CPAS make me not want to procrastinate because the work just piles on so fast. Like, you don't have the window to procrastinate because then, like, everything just stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks. So I'd say when I'm at CPAS, my procrastination kind of just, like, walks away somewhere. When I go back to school, I mean, I guess. But again, I do have summer break, so my mind can't kind of just go back to that chuddy little state of it.
The comfort,
Right,
yeah.
the
You know that you could fall
comfort.
back comfortably, yeah.
But I have like this credit recovery work I have to do during the summer anyway, and I feel like being at CPAS is gonna make me want to do it because I could have did it during the school year, but I just didn't because I'm like, oh, if I could do it over the summer, then CPAS came, so I feel like CPAS kind of has made me less of a procrastinator because now I'm just used to working hard, like a lot. Well, not a lot. Working hard frequently. Like, there's not much breaks, so I'm used to not really having a break, if that makes sense. So I'd say it does help me build healthy habits.
I'd say my response is very similar as well. I feel like we get a lot of work here, and we don't, in my opinion, we don't have that much time to complete it. So when we do have that, like, an hour study hall, I try to get as much as I can done because I know I won't have time to do it later. Like, I won't have, like, realistically, I guess I could do it during indoor outdoor time, but that's, like, my time, you know? Like, that's my 40 minutes of free time. Like, I can't give that up. And so I just, like, I lock in for study hall because I know, like, I could do it later on in the day, like, at night. But I know, like, I wouldn't want that. And I'd rather just do it when I'm supposed to and have to stay up late to finish the assignment, which I still have to do sometimes.
Yeah. Don't make it harder for yourself, I guess, when you have those time blocks. Sorry, Ladar, were you going to say something?
I was, because I was going to agree with her. Like, when she said, get it done when you need to. Yes, like, CPAS, I feel like that's the mindset you need when you come here. Because if you do try to break, you either got to do it during indoor outdoor time. I mean, not break. Try to procrastinate. You either have to do it during indoor outdoor time, which is your break, or you have to do it in your dorm, which is going to hinder your performance tomorrow because then you're going to be tired. So I'd say, yeah, CPAS is definitely the anti-procrastination place. If you do procrastinate, that'll just be like self-detriment.
Yeah. And when you guys get older too, you're going to realize your self-care time, you need to protect it like none other. It really is so sacred. It becomes almost like oh my goodness, like a ritual. Like every night, like I need to do this in order to function properly and give my best self every single day. So I'm happy you guys are sort of realizing that from Cpass. Thank goodness, yay! But even I have grown from my procrastination since I arrived at Cpass because I'm about to start my nursing program this fall, and I am D1 procrastinator. Unfortunately, it is very unfortunate. And Cpass, I guess I feel more pressure knowing that you scholars are counting on me. And I have to be on top of my A game every single day so you guys feel the support and I could give 100% of myself to you guys. So Cpass has helped my procrastination with the busy schedule because I need to make sure I'm taking care of myself and I'm addressing my 3 summer courses on time. So my academics are up, my spirits are up, and I'm able to be mentally there and like physically here with you guys enjoying the 5 weeks because you guys deserve very present RCs and TAs and because we're invested in your education. So that is how Cpass has helped with my procrastination.
Well, that wraps up our 3rd episode. That was a long one. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And if you enjoyed this conversation, be sure to tune into the next one. This episode was recorded at the WLRA recording studio at